Hello and welcome to What Culture. I'm Joe Hendry and today we're going to talk all about The Simpsons because it's one of the most iconic TV shows of all time. And I mean, who doesn't love The Simpsons? Everyone loves The Simpsons, but it's not just for its amazing storytelling and deep characters. It also likes to provide some satire on the way that we live our modern lives in this society that we have today. But sometimes life has a habit of imitating art just a little too closely for comfort. So today we're going to discuss 10 times The Simpsons predicted the future.
In at number 10, it's the presidential voting controversy. In 2008, in the Halloween special, Treehouse of Horror 19, Homer tries to vote for Barack Obama, but instead, his vote goes towards John McCain. However, as we know, sometimes life can imitate art, and 4 years after the episode, a Pennsylvania voting machine had to be taken out of service when it was found that votes for Obama were instead going towards Mitt Romney. Number 9, the 2016 Nobel Prize winner. In the season 22 episode Elementary School Musical, the kids are trying to predict who is going to win the various Nobel Prizes, and whilst it was a few years too early, Milhouse actually correctly predicts that Bengt R. Holmstrom will go on to win the Nobel Prize in Economics. Number 8, the FIFA scandal. In 2015, FIFA and its top executives were engulfed with controversy relating to mass corruption. However, in Springfield, they foreshadowed this only 1 year before as Homer gets a visit from the World Football Federation. The Federation asked Homer to become a referee in the World Cup, and it isn't long before he's carted off by the authorities for corruption. But that wasn't the only thing they predicted. They also said that Germany would be the winners of that year's tournament. Very impressive indeed. Number 7, the mass of the Higgs boson particle. In The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace from season 10,
Terrace, nervous.
Homer writes an equation on the board that at the time didn't seem to mean all that much, but it was revealed in the book, and yes, there is actually a book on this, The Simpsons and Their Mathematical Secrets. It identifies that the equation that Homer has written out is actually remarkably close to the mass contained within the Higgs boson particle, which was discovered 14 years later. Number 6, the horse meat scandal. In the season 5 episode Sweet Seymour Skinner's Badass Song, it is revealed that at Springfield Elementary they have a few surprise ingredients that they're feeding the kids. We can see lunch lady Doris is cooking with her favourite assorted horse parts, which contains everyone's favourite ingredient, more testicles.
More testicles mean more iron.
A full 19 years later, it was revealed in Europe that some of the beef that was being sold was in fact contaminated with horse meat, this time hopefully with less testicles. Number 5, Greece's economic crisis. Greece went into financial meltdown when it defaulted on its loan from the International Monetary Fund. But 3 years earlier to this, The Simpsons managed to predict this with surprising accuracy. In the season 23 episode Politically Inept with Homer Simpson, there's a little newsreel that slides past when Homer's appearing on a news station that says Europe puts Greece on eBay. It was only intended to be a little gag, but I'm starting to get the feeling that leading advisors and strategists for world governments really should be watching The Simpsons when they're making predictions over what's going to happen next. Number 4, Farmville. In season 9's episode Bart Carney, some of the kids are seen in absolute joyous wonder playing this amazing game called Yard Work Simulator, because what could be more ridiculous, kids playing a game that simulates yard work? Well, lo and behold, along comes Farmville. So maybe you can blame Matt Groening and the rest of the Simpsons team for all those annoying notifications that you get every 2 seconds. Number 3, the NSA spying scandal. Some of these predictions are in good fun and they're comical, but some of them are just downright scary, and one of those is the NSA spying scandal, and this one takes place in the movie, a full 6 years before whistleblower Edward Snowden let the world know the true extent to which the government was spying on its citizens. In this episode, a conversation between Marge and Lisa triggers an alarm within an NSA building where there's hundreds of employees listening to everyone's conversations. Number 2, the Apple iPod. In the season 8 episode Bart After Dark, we see Bart getting roped into doing some work for a nearby business because he damages the property, and it turns out to be a burlesque house. But when it comes into predicting the future is the intercom system that looks exactly like an iPod. Exactly like an iPod. So the next time that Apple want to sue Samsung for copying their designs, maybe Matt Groening can step in and get his infamous signature on the back of those as well. Well, if they were still around. And in at number 1. No, it's not the ridiculous 9/11 conspiracy that everyone always goes on about. It's the only thing it could be. You know what's going to be. It's the Trump presidency. Way back in 2000, we had an episode called Bart to the Future. And in this episode, we got to see what happens to the Simpson family, well, in the future. And one of the things that happens is Lisa assumes the role of President of the United States. And one of her advisors mentions to her about the deficit that is left by President Trump. Since then, the writers of the show have said that they decided to pick the most outrageous candidate that they could possibly think of to be the president before Lisa. But again, it's actually gone and happened. In response, in the episode immediately after Trump was elected the 45th President of the United States, the chalkboard reads, "Being right sucks." So there you have it. There's 10 times that The Simpsons predicted the future.
It's all come true.
Now let's hope that no one quarantines any of our cities by putting a giant glass dome over the top of it, because, well, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? I've been Joe Hendry. If you want to follow me, you can do so at Joe S. Hendry on Twitter. Also, make sure that you like, share and subscribe. We'd love to have you back, and we shall see you next time.